I'm your host Tony, and in today's video we're going to be making a case for why Arsenal should seriously consider Noni Madueke from Chelsea. Yes, I know how you guys feel about Chelsea players. I know how you guys feel about the signings we've gotten from them in recent seasons. Just look back at last season when we got Raheem Sterling from them. This was a player that was supposed to be very experienced, who had played in Liverpool, who had played in Man City. But when he played in Chelsea last season, he was okay. But when he joined us, he was a total disaster. And he was a winger. So yes, I understand. But Arsenal is looking to add some depth and variety to their attacking options. So hear me out. Madueke's unique skill might just be the missing piece. So let's take a deep dive into who Madueke is and why he'll be a perfect addition for Arsenal. So what do we know about Madueke right now? He started his career in Crystal Palace as a youngster and he moved to Tottenham's youth team. But when he turned 19, there was a chance for him to go to Manchester United. However, PSV Eindhoven in Holland called him up and he chose that move. And you can't really blame him as a youngster from Tottenham. Going to Man U would have been a good move, but he probably wouldn't have found game time at Man U. So going to a club like PSV made a lot of sense, and he actually played consistently for PSV. In 80 games for them, he scored 20 goals before making it a £3 million move to Chelsea in January 2023. So Madueke is known for his direct dribbling skills. He's also known for his creativity, and of course he has a very, very good left foot. His former manager at PSG, Roger Schmidt, said that he's a physically strong player, and apparently his idol is Cristiano Ronaldo. So you can understand, Ronaldo is a very technical footballer with a lot of skills. Madueke kind of idolized him and tried to frame his football around that. And that makes sense, because Madueke is actually known for his speed and his dribbling ability. So one thing we know about Madueke is that he thrives very well on one-on-one situations. You know how he loves to beat his man, use his acceleration to go take on his defenders, and he's fearless when he's going about that. He's also very excellent in carrying the ball to dangerous areas. And of course, we know that he has a knack for creating chances for wild positions. Someone like Madueke actually takes his time to dribble his defenders, take them on, goes to the byline, executes a cross, and more times than not, a good striker gets the ball to the back of the net. Now, let's remember what happened last season in Chelsea. If you remember the game against Wolves, it ended 6-2. Madueke scored a hat-trick, and that was a brilliant hat-trick. All goals came from his right foot, all the passes came from Cole Palmer, and the talent was also there. So let's see, how does Madueke fit in Arsenal's tactical setup? As we already know, Mikel Arteta works with a 4-3-3 formation, and the right and the left wingers, they cut in as inside forwards. The present right winger in Arsenal is Bukayo Saka. He doesn't really have a replacement. He doesn't really have a good backup. We tried with Nelson. That didn't work out. He was loaned out to Fulham. We brought in Raheem Sterling. That was actually a pure disaster. So someone like Madueke can actually slot in as a right winger for Arsenal, offering both rotation and competition for Saka. Right now, both players are currently in the England setup, and when Thomas Tuchel, the England manager, called them up, both of them rotated with each other. So it's very clear that that competition can help both Arsenal and England in the long term. One other good thing about having Madueke in Arsenal's team is that he provides some fresh legs and, of course, an unpredictable dimension in matches where we need to break low blocks. Sometimes Arsenal come off as one directional. We just pass the ball to Noni Madueke, hoping for things to work out. But when you have someone like Madueke in our ranks, he can try to give us something dynamic, something different, which will actually work very well in the long term for the team. We're also aware of Saka's world-class ability. I can't classify Madueke as world-class, no doubt, but he can offer Arsenal something different. He is an explosive player, the type of guy that has that straight dribble approach. Like Saka will want to do a couple of 1-2s with Odegaard. Someone like Madueke goes straight for the ball, takes on his man, and sometimes fires a shot. So are there some flaws to having Madueke in the team? Yes, there are. I won't come here and act like he's the next best thing since fried plantain. That's not true. Madueke has two major problems for me. This just me speaking personally. One is his injury history, and two is his inconsistency. So let's look at the injuries. Of course, I went to Transfer Market, one of my favorite sites that gives me data. When I checked his injury data while he was in PSV Eindhoven, Madueke missed 284 days. That was actually 65 games. In Chelsea, he hasn't gotten injured much, but in the small stint he has played with the club, Madueke has been injured for 75 days and he has missed out on 13 games. Another key thing is that when you have players that are injury prone like that, there's this potential for them to miss more games. As we're already aware, Arsenal has released Takehiro Tomiyasu. It was based on his injury problems. Hopefully, Madueke will not come and compound to our woes in our injury room. Another key thing that comes up as a flaw for Madueke is his inconsistency, and his manager actually called him out. So I'll just read out the direct quotes that Enzo Maresca made of Madueke in the 5-1 win against Southampton. Maresca said, Noni can do much more. He can do much more. The moment he starts to score an assist and is happy, he starts to drop a little bit. And this is the reason why he's not playing, because I do not like the way he trained. He has to understand that he has to train every day good. He has to be ambitious. He scored one tonight. He has to go for the second one and the third one. He has to give more assists. But overall, he's doing great. He's fantastic. He's even doing better in terms of numbers. Madueke has to understand he has to work more because he can be much, much better. When your manager calls you out like that, there's some bells that are ringing. And even besides Marisa calling Madueke out, at least I watch the Premier League very well to see that yes, he is very inconsistent. Many Chelsea fans are actually happy with the prospect of him leaving the club because of the fact that he has been offered the chance to play consistently for them and he hasn't done as well as they expected of him. So yes, his inconsistency is actually a challenge, but it's something that can actually be mitigated under the right tutelage, under the right guidance, under the right leadership, and of course under the right framework where you have the right kind of players around you. I've had scenarios of guys that have not been too consistent. They move into a club that has a different culture from what you expect from them, and they just blow out. See Vitor Gyökeres, for instance. He was a youngster at Brighton. They saw what he did in Sweden, right? They loaned him out to Swansea, loaned him out to Coventry, but didn't trust him enough. As soon as Coventry accepted him and he knew that he was the main striker for Coventry, all we saw every week was this. With that now, he moved to Sporting CP, and right now he's on the move to potentially Arsenal. Amen. So another flaw I'm thinking about is the finances regarding this deal. Chelsea is valuating Madueke at £45 million, and in all honesty, I don't think it makes any sense. I think Madueke is a good player, but it's not a £45 million player, if you get what I mean. We have many targets we are going for this summer. We still need to get Eze, we still need to get Rodrigo, we still need to get Gyökeres or Sesko. So we need to be careful about our FFP and PSR regulations and restrictions. So if Chelsea can get a better offer for us, like maybe 25 mil or maybe 30 mil, it might not be bad. But right now, I don't think 45 mil is a good price for him. Chelsea might not budge, but let's just see how that plays out. In conclusion, Madueke's talent and his skill actually makes him a compelling option for Arsenal. While there are some flaws and some risks, his upside is undeniable. He's a player that, if he's offered the chance to strut his stuff, he will do well for us. If the price is right, he could actually be a smart investment in the squad. In terms of depth and potential, you can see how happy Arsenal fans were when we bought Kepa Arrizabalaga for just £5 million. While we were going on the merry-go-round with the goalkeepers, but when Kepa came for that cheap price, Arsenal fans saw that as a very brilliant investment. We need a reliable backup for Bukayo Saka. There's no two ways about it. I like it and Nwaneri, know that, but I think Nwaneri is more of a Martin Odegaard backup than a Bukayo Saka backup. When Saka got injured in December 2024 against Crystal Palace and missed out for almost 4 months of action, you saw how we struggled creatively. If we had someone like Madueke, who had an extended run out in the team during that injury outlay, would have been probably in a better position. I'm not saying that you'd have been the best, no doubt, but I'm saying that a player like Madueke can actually do a good job at Arsenal if he's given the opportunity. That's why I'm making a case for him. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like Madueke at Arsenal, let me know what your mind is on that. If you have any other wingers in mind, also let me know. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more Arsenal transfer discussions. Do have a great day.